We had a conversation about, it was on the cover of, I believe, one of the Dave Boxer hit lists, that it was a guy on a skateboard.
That was the spring of '65. That was the year, that was the big fad. I guess there had been skateboards before that, but in early '65 is when skateboards hit the West Island at least, and we all had our skateboards. And Aurora Hill down, Aurora, where it goes down, that's where we would go. And the original skateboards we had, the wheels were like harder rubber. There was no like little shock absorbers. They were, if you hit a little pebble, you're wiped out, you know.
So it was stiff. The whole thing was
yeah,
stiff.
It was a board and two wheels in the front, two in the back, but they were stiff and they weren't directional, and it was a harder rubber, so they didn't absorb little pebbles. So it was.
So you couldn't lean this way or that way at the time?
No, not on the board, as I remember. So 2 or 3 weeks in a row of his weekly hit chart, on the cover is a guy on a skateboard, like doing the hang 10 or something.
And to your memory, that's when you caught wind of this craze.
Yeah.
And then
it was that year.
Who would have been selling skateboards at the time in the West Island?
This was summer of '65. Fairview opened in August '65, so I wouldn't have bought them at Fairview because I would have had them.
Some good research right there that you just did.
Yeah. I have no memory. Well, Dorval Gardens had, back then they had a Morgan store.
Mm-hmm. So you were a group of friends and you all had your skateboards, and that was the hot thing that summer?
I just remember that one summer, yeah. For me, I remember we all got a lot of us got skateboards, and that was the hill that we'd go over, because it was a hill and it wasn't on a main drag. You couldn't do on St. John's Road. You'd get roadkill, you know.
Did you use it just for that, or was it also transportation?
Yeah, maybe a little bit of transportation, but you put one leg up and you kind of like do this. I still see, well, there's kids now, but they have the motorized boards. I see them once in a while.
Yeah.
Different. So
I think a popular move at that time was, there's some footage of that. It's mostly groundwork. Like there was no bowls or anything yet at that point.
No, that's true. None
so
of this.
It's all parking lot stuff, and a lot of it was like switch footing, like
jumping and.
Yeah, and then your board does like a 180 type of thing.
Yeah.
Skateboarding in the 80s was huge in the West Island.
Yeah.
And then particularly in the 90s, it was massive in the West Island.
My sons had skateboards.
Yeah,
in the late 90s, I'll call it.
Yeah. It was huge.
Yeah.
And never for a second you thought that you may have been a part of the first skateboard crew of the West Island?
Well, I never
thought of it that way. Is that too much of a prestigious thing?
Oh yeah,
well,
I'll take that. Thank you very much. I don't know. But I don't think I think they started out in California, like, you know, the surfing. It's very.
Oh yeah, but I mean, you can claim it for the lakeshore.
That's my memories. And again, Dave Boxer, all the hit lists over the years. There was different things. Like then next '67, a bunch of his covers for a few weeks was Expo '67. You know, opening up, and so it was a topical. So that was early '65 is when the skateboarding exploded here. I'll call it.